What's happening? Oh my god.
I can completely understand why this movie never reached a massive mainstream audience, because it's honestly difficult to figure out how anyone could effectively market it. At the beginning, it presents itself as a polished, sophisticated drama centered on two exceptionally talented musicians whose rivalry drives the story. If the promotional trailer focused only on that opening section, viewers would probably expect an elegant, character-driven drama. The reality, however, is something entirely different. Roughly 1/3 of the way through, the film suddenly transforms into unsettling body horror, and it continues shifting direction multiple times after that in ways that are far too surprising to reveal here. Allison Williams and Logan Browning are the biggest reasons. The film succeeds despite its unusual storytelling choices. Both actresses fully dedicate themselves to incredibly demanding roles, delivering performances that require remarkable emotional and physical commitment. Browning, in particular, has one extended sequence that ranks among the most intense and emotionally gripping performances you'll find in modern horror. Her work in that portion of the movie is especially memorable and leaves a lasting impression. The movie also relies on a narrative structure that frequently rewinds events to reveal missing pieces of the story from a different perspective. The first time this storytelling technique appears, it feels clever and genuinely enhances the mystery by making earlier scenes take on completely new meaning. By the third time the film repeats the same approach, however, the effect starts to lose some of its impact and can feel a little excessive. It's also worth mentioning that the story explores several heavy and emotionally challenging themes. So it's best to know beforehand that this isn't the kind of horror film you casually throw on for light entertainment. It asks viewers to engage with some difficult material alongside its shocking twists. That said, if you're looking for a movie that constantly avoids the obvious path and refuses to become predictable, this is an excellent choice. The film is called The Perfection.
Where the fuck is it? Huh? There's more! Stop fucking crying! Fucking coward.
Don't you think that when we meet up, it's actually getting harder now to have a good time?
Do you really want to go hiking? Hiking for fun?
Yeah.
In fucking Sweden?
Yeah, I do.
The Ritual 2017. This is one of those horror films that many people probably dismissed after hearing the basic premise alone. It follows four friends who set out on a hiking trip through the remote wilderness of Sweden, while one member of the group struggles with overwhelming guilt connected to the death of a close friend. On paper, it sounds like a familiar horror formula that audiences have seen countless times before. So it's understandable why some viewers assumed it wouldn't have much to offer beyond the usual survival story. To be fair, some of those concerns aren't completely unfounded. The interactions between the friends can become frustrating at certain moments, with arguments constantly escalating into shouting matches where nobody seems willing to actually listen to one another. Because of that, the group isn't always the easiest to connect with emotionally, and several of the characters can come across as difficult to like. Those elements have drawn criticism over the years, and it's easy to understand why. Even so, director David Bruckner creates such an incredible sense of atmosphere that it deserves far more recognition than it often receives. While much of the discussion surrounding the film focuses on its character writing, the environment itself becomes one of the movie's greatest strengths. The thick fog rolling through the forest, the narrow beams of flashlights cutting through the darkness, and the constant feeling that something ancient lurking among the trees actively resents the group's presence all combine to create an overwhelming sense of dread. From beginning to end, the atmosphere remains consistently effective and keeps the tension alive throughout the entire journey. Then, when the mysterious creature is finally revealed, the payoff feels genuinely rewarding. Instead of relying on another generic monster design, the film introduces one of the most creative and memorable creatures to appear in modern folk horror. Its appearance is inspired by a real and very specific piece of mythology, giving it a distinctive identity that feels both unsettling and original. It's almost certainly not what most viewers will be expecting, which makes the reveal even more impactful. If you're able to overlook some of the weaker character dynamics and the occasional rough patches in the dialogue, the film more than makes up for those flaws with its haunting atmosphere, eerie visuals, and unforgettable creature design. For horror fans who appreciate slow-building tension and folklore-inspired terror, it's absolutely worth watching. The film is called The Ritual,